My name is Anthony Burton. I'm a support network for SIA, helping people come to terms with their injuries, with their family and friends as well. I am a C4 complete tetraplegic, which means I broke my neck on the fourth vertebrae down, crushed the spinal cord, which means no messages can get through. So I'm completely paralysed from the chest down, arms, legs, no movement or feeling. Day to day, I generally get up around 9 o'clock, have a coffee, have a wash, get put in my chair. Then I generally check my emails, see if I've got any people to call through SIA, get referrals from my network manager. And then there's the children, they've got things they need to go to, groups, after school. Cam's 18, he's at work, so that's a bit easier these days. But Olivia, she's 7, takes up a lot of time, but wouldn't have it any other way. Most day-to-day challenges start with firstly waking up in the morning, making sure you know you can't get up. So you need carers 24/7. I have carers that live in. I have a separate annex so I can call them to come up when I'm ready. Generally about 9 o'clock is when they come up. And then there's washing, dressing, positioning in the chair can take some time because I like to be very straight, set up straight. I don't like to be slouched. There's issues with the cushion. Sometimes the air is too low or too hard. And then there's things like breakfast, dinner, lunch, being fed, drinks throughout the day. And some of the worst things are when you get an itch and you just really need to get it. And you've got to call someone to come and do it before you can actually get it scratched, which is a bit frustrating sometimes, but that's why I have carers. So generally day to day, getting in and out of my chair, I use an overhead hoist, which the room that it's in is the bedroom, which is I had built, so I managed to put the track in the ceiling, so it doesn't look like a disabled bedroom. And then the hoist will go over to the cupboard so it's out of the way so you don't have to look at it. I also use that for getting in and out the standing frame. I only need one carer to operate it, most of it, which is, I'm not too big or heavy, so it's easy enough for them. Yeah. I use a lot of technology. Alexa is the newest of the technologies, which I also use in conjunction with a system called Control4. Control4 is a home automation system, so everything in the house is pretty much done by voice control now. So I can turn the lights on, off, the TV on and off, change the channels. I can even turn the air stones on, the heron scarab by the pond. There's just no limit with what you can do. You just got to put a sensor on it and then it can all be activated by voice control because they work with Alexa as well, or Amazon. So that makes things a lot easier. I also have an app for the Control4 on my phone. So sometimes voice control can fail. So then you have the app as the backup, which you can then go into, and with the technology on the phone itself, it allows you to open apps and click on things which previously I couldn't. So they're the main 3 pieces of equipment I use technology-wise, as well as I use a Possum, which is a very old piece of technology, but it's like a controller, and I use that when I'm in bed. I have a button that goes on my pillow, and then I just count the beeps to change channel and do things like that because it's easier just with a button than constantly trying to use voice activation for everything. My current day-to-day chair is my most important piece of equipment. Without it, I can't get out of bed, therefore I'm completely paralysed. I have no freedom at all. So the chair is the most important piece for me. It allows me to get out of bed. If I'm uncomfortable, it has many functions on it, which is tilt, recline, lay back, raise up, raise down. So if I get achy throughout the day, I can relieve pressure the most important pressure relief is for your bum, as pressure sores are one of the biggest issues for a spinally injured person. So to make sure your skin is perfect, you need a bespoke wheelchair as well. Most chairs that are on offer are off the shelf, and they don't really give you the support that you need. It has to be done specifically for the user. It's not so much a specific piece of equipment to be invented, it's add-ons to a wheelchair. Specifically, things like when we go out, we feel the cold, so we don't want to go out if it's cold outside. So something like a heated headrest or a heater just underneath the headrest, just to blow air around your face would just make such a difference. Also, if it rains, it can be a big problem, so it would be great to have something that could just clip over the whole chair so that you can still go out and do things and be involved with the family. Also, it would be great, because what I tend to do when I'm going out with my little girl down the lane and around the roads is put my camera phone in reverse so I can see behind me. So it'd be really good to have a reversing camera that can connect straight to your phone, so as you're driving forward you can also see behind you, as well as maybe a bigger screen, and that the phone could actually control the whole chair as well. So you don't have a separate screen like this one. So you could have like an app that goes to the phone, and then when you connect it up, you literally have everything, just one thing in front of you. You don't have loads of different add-ons. It's trying to keep it minimalist, but still everything you need. And one of the other biggest issues with wheelchairs is wires, cables. Especially if you're going to go on holiday, you worry about your chair from the moment you get to the airport till when you get in it at the other side. So it would be good if the headrest was wireless, and so you could just take it in and out, and as it goes in it just connects to the battery. And some of these buttons are quite noisy. It's a loud click, it's quite noisy. It's quite irritating, that. So it'd be good to get rid of certain sounds on a chair, as well as maybe some soft push buttons. Style and appearance, definitely two of the biggest issues as well. You don't want to really look disabled even though you are disabled. So trying to minimise a chair to make it as small as possible, but with all the functions and the comfortability that you need in a chair. So my other chairs I started off, they were quite big headrest, which just, it was too much chair. The backrest was too big because it was all off-the-shelf wheelchairs. So when you make them bespoke, you can then choose all the elements and the style and how it looks, which for me is a big thing, and for most other people, you don't want to look as disabled as you actually are.